STA-BIL keeps gas fresh finals 22nd annual, the FXS class, Delaware County Fairground. Hi again, everybody. Bruce Kaufman, Mr. Mower. STA-BIL keeps gas fresh finals here in Delaware, Ohio, with Daniel Thornton getting ready for the FXS class, factory experimental single. Daniel, currently sitting in the top 5 points coming into this race. Welcome to Ohio.
Thank you.
And what's going to be the keys to the success in the FX class?
Well, it's a bumpy track. I'm going to try to keep it as smooth as possible and hug the corners and keep it going.
Outstanding. And tell us a little bit about the modifications in the FX class.
It's a single-cylinder engine. You pretty much do whatever you want to the motor. I mean, you got to be 2 inches off the ground and whatnot. But this motor has forged pistons, aluminum rods, a bunch of headwork done, carburetor, lower to the ground. It's a fast machine.
It's fast. It's a worm burner, baby. Daniel Thornton out of the great state of Florida here at the STA-BIL Keeps Gas Fresh Finals. Well, the green was out, but no, a little tangle right at the start of the green flag. And the yellow, and yep, they are jumping because everything's on the line here. This is the finals. This is all the golden yummies here as the season comes to an end in the factory experimental single class. Pete Sullivan out to the lead. Pete Sullivan's in the hunt. Richard Webb, Wally Bender, Kelsey Van Epps, Rob Strasser, 179, Wild Bill Campbell, Alex Stella, 76, Jason Murray, the president of Arkansas Association, 28J, Jonathan Kopp, Daniel Thornton, Manny Torres, Mike Roberts, Deb Strasser, Joey Chambers is the field of 15 racers here in the FXS class on this 10th of a mile at the Delaware County Fairgrounds. Home of the Little Brown Jug, America's premier harness race. Sullivan and Webb, 1 and 2. Factory experimental singles, 33 cubic inches, 18 horsepower. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hands up, a little bit of a spin. Sullivan and Webb keep their position. 1 and 2. Pete Sullivan, Richard Webb. Oh, that looked like Joey Chambers on the outside. Wow, quite the race unfolding early in. Working lap 7 now. Sullivan, Webb, 1 and 2. Keep an eye on Rob Strasser, 30. William Campbell, 179, running in 4th now. Richard Webb has the checkers in sight and the U.S. Points Championship in sight early on in this race. So these can be overhead valve, opposed twin, or flatheads. Oh, Webb, pointing. Oh, a problem in the red, so things unfolding here. A strange turn of events. There's Webb, maintains his position. Pete Sullivan remains in 2nd. Webb, looks like his hood's coming off, flaps out a little bit, stays on. Webb, Richard Webb, the hood comes off. Debris, looks like he threw the hood, but he remains in 1st. So Webb maintains his position. The yellow comes out, now the yellow's out. Debris on the track. And we'll look for the green. And here it is, green, Webb, Sullivan. Rob Strasser, William Campbell, 1 through 4 now. Lap speeds at 27 miles an hour. These machines can top out over 60, but on this 1/10 of a mile track, we're looking at lap speeds at 27 miles an hour with our EOP Pro system. So Webb has no hood. He maintains his position, and he remains clean and green. Lap speed at 14.334, Richard Webb. Wally Bender, Kelsey Van Epps, Rob Strasser, Manny Torres in the top 10 U.S. points. Pete Sullivan, Daniel Thornton, Jim Clark, Deb Strasser, and Donald Leverington round out the top 10 in U.S. points. If the race continues as is now. Webb with no hood, no worse for wear, and holds his position. Bill Cresswell going crazy out there. Bill, our announcer in Delaware County Fairgrounds, does a fine job. Yellow flag is out again. Wow, the third yellow of this race. And we're back under green. Webb still holds his position with Sullivan chasing him down. So Richard Webb in the lead. Pete Sullivan, Rob Strasser, William Campbell, Alex Stella. 1 through 5 now. The white flag is out for Richard Webb. And if he hangs on, he will be the U.S. points champion. Richard Webb gets it done. Hoodless but fearless, Richard Webb.
Richard Webb. Rich, a wild race, everything on the line, but in the end, the checkers, back to Michigan. Way to mow.
Thanks, Bruce. I'd like to thank everybody, my parents up there in the stands coming from Tennessee, my family, Chrissy, doing time and scoring, Brandon, my crew chief, everybody that helped me out. Everybody knows Ohio's not my place. Finally did it.
You finally did it in Ohio, and the FX machine really came through. The debris came off on the track. We had a wild and woolly race with a little bit of an incident with our friend Deb, but she'll be okay, and in the end, there you have it.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and watching us.
Outstanding. Richard Webb, way to mow.
Hi everybody, Bruce Kaufman, Mr. Mow-It-All, U.S. Lawnmower Racing Association. We just watched that FX race unfold at the 22nd Annual STA-BIL Keeps Gas Fresh Finals. And it turns out at the end of the race, we did go back and reverse our decision on the Richard Webb hood incident. We met the next day. After deciding what to do, we decided that Richard should have been sent to the back. We called all the racers together before our Sunday morning racer banquet, and is proven once again, the members of our lawnmower racing community have proven themselves to be most upstanding, classy ladies and gentlemen. They understood, they respected our decision, and my compliments are off to our racers who knew that we would circle back and do the right thing. My compliments also to Jason Nutbrown, who was serving as chief steward on that day as he grows into his role as chief steward, because our national chief steward, Richard Webb, of course, was in the race. So along with Matt Strine, Kerry Evans, Manny Torres, and our national staff, my compliments that our racing community conducted themselves as the classy folks that we are. So the final order in the FXS race, Wally Bender, the Iron Man, in first, Kelsey Van Epps in second, Rob Strasser in third, Wild Bill Campbell in fourth. Richard Webb ended up coming in fifth place, rounded out by Alex Stella and Jason Murray in the top 7. The U.S. points, as shown on letsmow.com, Richard Webb does receive the U.S. points championship, followed by the Ironman Wally Bender, both with 2,800 points. 1 and 2, Kelsey Van Epps, Rob Strasser, Manny Torres, Pete Sullivan, Daniel Thornton, Jim Clark, Deb Strasser, and Donald Leverington rounding out the top 10 in the U.S. points. So there you have it. And again, my hat's off to our racing community. And remember, no matter where you mow, there you are.